So now we'll see a real bank exam question. So this was asked in Andhra Bank for PO exam. So how to solve this using the smiley pattern. So present age of Amit and his father are in the ratio 2:5. 4 years hence, ratio of their ages becomes 5:11. So what was father's age 5 years ago? So in this question, present ratio is given and after 4 years, that is future ratio is given. So present and future details we have. So write the present ratio in the first row. And after 4 years, ratio becomes 5:11. So write that in the second row. So Amit and father, so we'll mention as A and F. The ratio of Amit and father, the present ratio 2:5, right in the first row, and the past ratio, future ratio after 4 years, 5:11. So write in the second row, and this 4 years you write on either side. So to find value of one part, so when you check these ratios, this is 3 more and this is 6 more. So the increment is not same. So we have to use the smiley pattern. So here to find value of one part, you can use the smiley pattern and work out. So for the denominator, so using the smiley pattern, product difference of the ratios. So 5 into 5 is 25. 2 into 11 is 22. So the denominator is 3. For the numerator, subtract the second ratio. 11 minus 5 is 6 and number of years is 4. So instead of multiplying 4 and 11, 5 and 4, we have found the difference and we are multiplying. So 6 into 4. So value of one part which is got is 8. And now multiplying this with the first row, we get Amit's and his father's present ages. So we need father's age after 5 years. So we'll see what is Amit's present age and father's present age. So 2 into 8, 16. 5 into 8, 40. So we'll cross check whether we get the same ratio. The ratio 5:11 after 4 years. So present ages of Amit and father is 16 and 40. So after 4 years, we add both. We add 4 to both the persons. So 16 plus 4, 20. 40 plus 4, 44. So when you simplify, the common factor is 4. So we get the ratio 5:11. So the working is correct. So now we'll see what is the answer for this question. So just we have cross-check this. And you are asked to find father's age before 5 years. So present age of father is 40. Before 5 years, you subtract 5. So father's age was 35 before 5 years. So the answer is 35. So now we have two equations. So as this difference is different, so using the smiley pattern, we have found this value of one part which is 8 and father's age 5 years before is asked. So 8 into 5, 40, subtract 5, you get 35 as the answer. So we'll see another example. So another question is, present ages of Anu and Deepa are in the ratio of 16:13. After 3 years, their ages will be in the ratio of 17:14. Find Anu's age before 5 years. So in this, present ratio is given 16:13 and after 3 years, that is future ratio 17:14 is given. So using the smiley pattern, you can find value of one part and proceed. So but before proceeding, so when you see these ratios, so present ratio is 16:13 and future is 17:14. The first part 16 is increased by 1, we get 17, and the second part 13 increased by 1, we get 14. The increment is same and we'll see how to proceed this. So present ratio is 16:13. So this is Anu's age and Deepa's age. After 3 years, the ratio becomes 17 is to 14. So in this question, so the increment is same. 16 plus 1 is 17, 13 plus 1 is 14. So no need to use the smiley pattern also. So mere by this number of years you get value of one part. Here increment is 1, so value of one part will be number of years 3 itself. So here it is increased by 1, so value of one part will be the number of years itself. If it is increased by 2 or 3, if it is same, you divide the number of years accordingly. So here it is increased by 1, so value of one part is 3, and we are asked to find Anu's age before 5 years. So what is Anu's age ratio? Present ratio, it is 16 parts, so one part is 3. So Anu's present age 48. 16 into 3, 48. So before 5 years Anu's age is asked. So subtract 5. So the answer is 43. So Anu's age before 5 years was 43. So here by simply seeing the difference as it was same, so instead of using the smiley pattern also, we have found value of one part and got the answer within seconds. So we'll see another example. So the question is, Babu is 5 years older than Rahul. After 6 years, their ages will be in the ratio of 3:2. Find Rahul's present age. So in this question, we have only one ratio. So when you have two ratios, so instead of solving that using the smiley pattern, or if the difference or increase or difference is same, so we found value of one part. So but in this we have only one ratio given, and if one ratio is there, another detail will be given. So the detail is Babu is 5 years older than Rahul. So difference in their ages is given. So first we'll see how to work out this type of questions. See, suppose if only one ratio is given, so with one ratio you can't work out, while answer will be cannot be determined. So if they give one ratio, they'll give another detail like sum of their ages or difference in their ages or product. Sometimes LCM is also given. So if one ratio is there, any one of the detail will be given. Sometimes they give average also, average of their ages. So when average is given, you multiply the average accordingly with number of terms. If it is 2 persons average, multiply it with 2, you get sum of their ages. If it is for 3 persons, multiply it with 3, you get sum of their ages. So sum or average. So in all these cases, to find value of one part, so when sum or average, so we find the sum by multiplying average into n. If it is given, so divide by sum of the ratio. Say for example, if profit or total value 1000 has to be divided among 2 persons in the ratio 3:2. So this 1000 we divide into how many parts? 3 plus 2, 5 parts. So we add the ratio. So when sum is given, divide that detail by sum of the ratios. And when difference is given, divide the ratio by, divide the difference by difference in ratio. So you get value of one part. Say suppose the ratio is 7:3. So difference will be, so ratios parts will be 7k and 3k. So difference will be 4k. So difference here is 4 and k is value of one part. So dividing the difference by difference in ratio, you get value of one part. So when product is given, divide the ratio by product of ratios. So to find value of one part when product is there, so you have to take square root. So because if suppose the ratio is 3:4, the parts will be 3k and 4k. So when you are multiplying these ratios, we'll multiply 3k into 4k. So we'll get 12k square. As for product, you get k square. We take square root to find this value of one part. And if LCM is given, so divide the LCM by product of ratios. So only when product is given, divide by the product of ratios and take square root. So for LCM, divide the LCM by product of ratios. So because say the ratio is 3:4, the parts will be 3k and 4k. So when you are finding LCM, so we'll write 3 into k into 4. So for LCM, the common factor is not repeated again. So k value we get, which is value of one part. So for all these details, when sum or average given or difference given or product is given or when LCM is given, so dividing accordingly by sum, difference and product, we get value of one part. So I'll give one example when product is given, how to proceed. So area of a rectangle is equal to 48 centimeter square. Say area is given, so you can use this concept for product. And length and breadth are in the ratio 4:3. So they may ask what is the length or what is the breadth or what is the perimeter. So finding this length and breadth you can proceed. So we'll see how to find this value of one part when product is given. So area is length into breadth. So product length and breadth is 48. So divide by product of ratios 12. So as product is there, we take square root. So which is 4. And we have got value of one part is 2. So when product is given, so for ages question, sometimes product of ages is also given. So this is one live question which was asked in the exam. So product and ratios, divide by the product by product of ratio, the value of one part is got. So multiplying with this 4, so we get this length as 8 and breadth as 6 and proceed. So now using this concept, we'll see how to work out the given question. So in our question, it is given that Babu is 5 years older than Rahul. So 5 years older means older or younger, it is the difference given. So difference between the ages of two persons is 5, and after 6 years, ratio of their ages is given as 3:2. So this is after 6 years. Right. So when Babu and Rahul, when Babu is 5 years older than Rahul at present, after 6 years also he will be 5 years older. So now difference is 5. So to find value of one part when difference is given, so difference is 5 by difference in ratios. So value of one part is 5. So now we are asked to find Rahul's present age. So Rahul's part is 2. So 5 into 2. 2 into 5 you get 10 years. So this is age of Rahul after 6 years because the ratio is in the future. 3:2 is in the ratio after 6 years. So to find Rahul's present age, so from 10 subtract 6, so you get 4. So Rahul's present age is 4 years. So in this question, difference is given. So as difference is there, divide the difference by difference in ratio, you get value of one part, so that is 5. So multiplying with this ratio, the ratio is in the future, so you will get their future ages. So 5 into 2, 10 is Rahul's age. After 6 years, the present age is n minus 6, 4. So we'll see the next concept.